So let us get started. So let me just give a quick glance at what we got. Current credit balance gets your number by new credit. Okay, so that's invalidation. Display data entry field. Okay, so I guess like a quick recap. So Sasha found a bug that, well, I guess it was sort of unexpected behavior where when we were debiting Acme from an account and the transaction failed, if you're trying to add credits to an account, all of your Acme would go back to the protocol, which isn't really what we want. So we're just going to take away 1 credit's worth of Acme. So good find by Sasha. Also, the precision output in the CLI seems to be, the print statement seems to be a little off. So I'll create a ticket for that. I guess other than that, let us begin. Leverage check TX priority for synthetic transactions. So let's see. So this is incomplete.
I just created a PR, so the tests are running now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if it updates okay. All right, well, it may take a minute, but okay, that will need to be reviewed, and then Dennis, I'll be even meeting with Dennis regarding this task.
Yeah, so Dennis texted me. He said that there are some updates in develop branch which will help in this. So I think he's merging on those updates. Once he's done, I'll connect with him for his comments on what can be done, what to do next, and I'll do that.
Okay. Dennis, what are those updates that develop that needs to happen? Is that identified by a ticket?
No, it's just the branch hasn't been updated or merged with develop in a while, so there's all those changes that were made to the data chains and the data account. So I merged all that in, and I'm working through some of the merge conflicts that resolved to try to get unstuck from one of the issues that it's having.
All right, perfect. That's good.
So try to get them unstuck.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're still working on the deprecate use of persistent peers. So how's that coming along?
When I get to work on it, I'm making progress.
Right.
I worked out the guy with Stuart and working out some other issues, but how we're going to use the proxy to fill that gap.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. All right. Then we have some of the benchmark tasks. Okay, so I guess, yeah, Ethan, when you have time to move these into done, that would be great. Okay, yeah, this was what Raja found. So in so basically the error that existed is you could put, like an ADI token account as a principal for creating a token account, which then made it look like it was a sub token account of the ADI token account. So this just fixes that. So I guess, Ethan, is this task, does that also cover like a data account, creating a data account, or a token account creating
I went through all of the create transactions and fixed all of them.
Awesome. All right. So I guess this is sort of a interesting ticket. The idea behind that is all identities would have a .acme tag at the end of it. So, Ethan, has there been sort of a consensus on this? Is it something where?
Yeah, we had a conversation, I don't know, a month ago, and nobody has disagreed. So I'm gonna put that one in review.
Cool. All right. QA team, have fun with that one. No, it shouldn't change a lot. Okay.
It will touch a lot of the tests. I mean, you have to add .acme to every identity. But to be clear, this is to ADIs, not to light accounts. Light accounts do not change.
So yeah, but if you have, so like right now we're testing credits, so the key page would be ADI.acme/keybook/1. Correct. Once you merge that.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will update the documentation to reflect that. I might cheat a little bit. All right. So, Mr. Jathan, so this needs to be, or the,
Yes, so on this task, I worked with Raj Gopal. So we were building binaries to check if we can replicate. So actually, the issue was that he was building binaries on 0.6 version, which has this errors. So yeah, we had worked on that, and even on his branch, we are not able to replicate this. So in the latest develop, I don't think this issue persists. He has also commented. If you can go below. Yeah, so
great.
it seems to be working fine in the latest develop.
Okay. So, is this, I guess, OBE at this point?
Yes, I don't think this issue is in the latest develop.
Okay. Alrighty. Awesome.
And I need info on both these tasks because the improve routing info, I don't think this directory exists now. If you can go to the description and the comments. Yes, so CMD URL info is not there
Yeah,
in the
so that's the
latest.
one that I was saying that some of the work I was doing was going to impact that. So that is now
Is that blocked?
no. My brain just did a brain thing. There was something else that I was supposed to update the description of. And we talked about
And
that yesterday, and I totally forgot. Was it the routing tool? Was that what I was supposed to update?
Probably. If
uh, the routing tool, and can you put this into context like so will it be displayed on the accumulated.exe when we run
No.
that?
So I want this to be a separate tool that is used for debugging. So the directory, I'll update the description. The directory is now um, tools cmd debug, and the file name, I need to get
Is
VS
it
Code to switch.
is it something that you want when we run a command in the CLI?
No. So this is a separate command. When you say run a command in the CLI, do you mean the normal, like the accumulate CLI, or just
Yes,
okay? No.
accumulated.
Yeah. So I want this to be totally separate from the normal CLI because this should not be end users. So and this is why that tool is in a separate. So the tool does exist. It just needs to be updated, and the tool is in a separate uh, separate executable because we need it for testing purposes, but I don't want it to be something that users are relying on because users, outside of testing, users should never need to care about how routing works.
Okay, it's for debugging. Okay.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I
It's for debugging.
I think maybe if you can update because I don't find the directory, it will be easier to.
Yes, yeah. I'll update it and then I'll I think that was the one yesterday that you were asking for more.
I was asking about this next task, the synthetic transaction output, because I know you have written this how you understand, but I'm unable to find the context out of it. So
Okay, yeah, I'll look at that one and add more description.
yeah,
Yeah, that was probably my fault.
I
I don't
think
have the
in
best
general,
descriptions at times, but
no, that's fine. I mean, in general, if I am very bad at remembering things when I talk to people, so if you make a I mean, this is on me. I should, get a to-do list or something, but just if you make a comment pinging me, I'm much more likely to see that than if you talk to me.
sure, Ethan.
okay. So with Mo, I'm gonna look over what he did there. Paul, this is the task you've been working on.
Yeah. I didn't make any progress on that yesterday for various reasons. I, yeah, and I did spend a good bit of time on other tasks, but
Okay. And I
anyway.
guess Quentin needs you to review this at some point.
Yeah, I need. Yeah,
and also,
I need to review the staking stuff, right?
yeah, and I left a comment for you in that Jira task. So just in case you weren't aware, there are open questions at the bottom of the document staking architecture.pdf. So that's a blocker for them. So when you are able to review this, if you could just provide your answers to those questions they have too.
Yeah, I'll review that today.
Okay,
I'll have time today.
awesome.
Okay, Mr. Pavlo. Any blockers on this task?
No blockers. I just already was planning to push changes, but run into out of sequence synthetic transactions, and will fix. Try to understand why it's happening, and maybe make some changes and push it today.
Okay, and everyone's using everyone's using the new testnet endpoints and branches and whatnot.
I'm working with local also mainly.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So Raja is writing tests. We have Sander. Okay.
I'm here, yes.
How's it going, Sander?
Great. I put some things in review again last night. The 1420 also is ready to review.
Perfect.
It's national holiday today. Office is closed, but I still come on here now to go through it.
Party on. All right, and then the major block task is in progress. Perfect.
I started already.
All right. So I guess that is that. So yeah, for those who have tasks and validation, please move those to done.
Ben,
Yes.
with respect to the synthetic transaction failure output,
Yes.
currently, if you add the -- wait flag, it will wait for synthetic transactions. It will not provide you any output. So I'm going to change this to when you specify the flag, it should print out the synthetic transaction. So that means that
So if it doesn't print it out, it's failed.
No, it will print it out either way. So my point is that this will be an opt-in feature that the QA team will need to use the wait flag in order to trigger this behavior.
to show that the asynthetic transaction failures occurred?
To wait for the transaction to resolve.
Yeah.
So right now, when you execute a command, it just submits the transaction and then walks away. It doesn't even wait
correct.
for the transaction to succeed. So the transaction itself could fail before, yeah. So you're anyways. So what I'm saying is I'm going to rearrange this task slightly or somewhat, and the main end result will be that you'll be able to see all of the information for the synthetic transaction, whether or not it failed, but you have to add the wait flag.
I think it would be, I guess we could take this offline, but I do think it would be helpful for you not to have to add a flag to see.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a larger change that's going to be more disruptive, and I want to wait until we have time to do a lot of rework on the CLI.
Okay, that's fine for now. Cool. Anyone else? Any questions or comments? I don't see anyone from the community today. All right. Guess that's a wrap. Thank you everyone for all your hard work, and we'll keep it going.